Behind the Shades.
I had to understand like you did because I grew up in a household where my parents eventually divorced and they weren't necessarily that close. And the reason why I highlight this is for those who are watching, we talked about the importance of understanding and resolving many of the issues that you're bringing in from childhood, right? It's like that person who has an abusive parent, right? The son who has an abusive mother. So he goes out and what does he find? Sometimes something that a woman that's similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the woman who has a verbally abusive dad and she goes out there and she is spending a lot of times on the streets and she comes in contact with all these people who are very similar. She doesn't understand why. If we could pinpoint it back to our childhood and say, this is why I'm going through some of the issues that I'm going through. If you could understand it and resolve it, then you could present yourself to your next future partner as whole. Because no one goes to the store and wants to buy an item that's in a beat up box. We are that beat up box. We are that broken box. And if we can fix ourselves and say, I'm going to present myself because I don't want to rely on someone else to fix me because I was codependent in my childhood. I don't want to meet someone that is going to make me feel like I'm not worthy because at the moment, maybe I am not worthy. Maybe I haven't repaired myself. So Adriana, when you're talking to many of these women who are coming to you, they're trying to figure it out. They have the best intentions, but maybe something is missing. How do you coach them to find that missing piece that is preventing them from obtaining what they want?
I believe that, and I heard this quote from one of my mentors a long time ago. If you think something's missing in your life, maybe it's you. So when we talk about missing, what is really missing? So what are the aspects of myself that I am denying? What are the aspects of myself that I'm not forgiving? You see, because when you embrace it all, everything about yourself that you are pushing away, that you're denying, that you're resisting, is what makes you whole. It's all of you. It's a part of you. So when you bring it into your heart and you give it what it needs, see, for example, the aspect of rejection, bring it in. If you feel like you have an issue with rejection and you have a hard time getting too close to someone into your life because you're afraid that they're going to reject it, then I want to invite you to take a look at that. Bring the aspect of rejection, hold it like a little baby and give it what it needs. What does rejection need to hear from you? What does it need? It needs love. It needs you for you to make it okay. It needs you for you to give it what it needs. And when you do that, when you embrace it, that's when that aspect can fully relax into your heart and then it'll dissolve. And that's when the magic happens because then you don't have to carry it again. You don't have to feel it again because you have already embraced it. You see? So then you stop attracting it. You stop attracting people that reject you, that put you down, that don't give you what you need. You see? So one thing that is very interesting is that we attract the people that most match our painful past. So we're always going to be attracted until we heal, obviously. We're always going to be attracted to the people that resemble, that are familiar to us, that carry the wounds that we need to heal, the aspects that we need to heal. And so that's why it is so important if you continue to attract certain things, that certain partners that are wearing, a different suit, but the patterns are the same, then stop right there. Then what is this pattern that I continue to attract telling me about myself? What do I need to do? Maybe I need to stop and take a look inside. Did I have a father that was abusive? If you are in an abusive relationship, an emotionally abusive relationship, perhaps take a look at your childhood. Did you grow up with a parent that was emotionally abusive to you. So what is the forgiveness that needs to take place? Maybe I need to forgive that parent because he or she was doing the best they know. They knew at the time with the tools that they had at the time. So forgiveness needs to take place because when you forgive, then you become free. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with the person that abused you, right? Forgiveness means that you are setting them free and you're setting yourself free from that pattern of behavior.
I wonder how much courage that takes, because many times I'll hear, maybe you've heard this as well, is someone will have a bad experience with a boyfriend from 20 years ago, and it still impacts them to this day, right?
Mhm.
Or a man will have his heart broken 10 years ago. Maybe he was divorced and his ex-wife just took everything from him, right? And the pain has become so strong because it was strong back then, but now all these years later, the pain has become so comfortable. Now it's like it's in the same bed with them, right? It's at the dinner, it's at the breakfast table when they're having breakfast. It's in their bedroom when they're getting dressed. It's in the shower when they're getting ready. It's always around them because this persona is something that they can't shake. So are there ways that we can forgive and move on that you want to share with our audience today?
Right. So if that is happening to you, for someone that is listening right now, and you feel like you had a relationship that broke your heart, and that happened years ago, and you continue to carry the burden, the pain, and the negative energy from how you felt when this person walked out on you, on this person broke up with you, and now you're projecting this onto every relationship that you have in the present, then I want to ask you this. Are you going to allow yourself to give your power to that experience, to that person, to give your power away to that experience? Because of that happened in the past, then are you going to bring that into your present and allow yourself to deny yourself of having the relationship that you truly desire? Do you see? Because then you're not in your power. Then you're not in your power. Then they have your power. The person that broke your heart 20 years ago has your power, because you're still denying yourself of having true love right now because of what they did to you. Then my suggestion is take your power back from them. Take it back and allow yourself to have a different experience in the present, because you are just living your past every single day based on what happened to you. So forgive them. Forgive them for doing what they did because they didn't know better. And perhaps that wasn't the right relationship for you. So maybe bless them. Bless them for leaving you, for breaking your heart, because now you know what you don't want.